Hi, everybody. I just wanted to walk through your week 7 mini lecture with you. And so you have an idea of, aside from reading chapter 7 and going through the video attachments in there, what else to consider while you're responding to my initial prompts for the week 7 discussion. So, whenever we talk about decision making, it's really important that you think about how you make decisions. Most of us don't think about that. Um, Let me go back here really quick because I want to show you in your module here the week 7, let's see, week 7 discussion here. So if you look there in my prompts, in order for you to respond fully, you need to be able to not only review chapter 7 and all the corresponding video footage in there, the content, but also the corresponding material that I was just at. So right underneath the discussion link, you will see a link called Week 7 Mini Lecture. So that's what I'm reviewing with you. But I wanted you to see the prompts so you had some context first. So in the lecture itself, I talk about the different decision-making styles that folks use, whether or not you're conscious of it. And so we've got, in my first question here, you can combine prompts 1 and 2 if you'd like. But listing the last 10 decisions you made, it doesn't matter how big or small they are. So it can be anywhere from anything from what you chose to eat for breakfast all the way to something like, maybe you made a decision in the last week as to which university you're going to be applying to or what major you're going to declare. So next to each one of those, I want you to actually label what kind of decision-making style you used, and that's where the mini lecture comes back in. So let me go back over there. Okay, so you'll see down here it says week 7 mini lecture. Okay. And so you'll see we've got planning. Okay, that's someone who would say that they're weighing the facts, considering their values. Remember, we talked a lot about that. Their objectives, what they're trying to accomplish, necessary information, alternatives, and consequences. A rational approach with a balance between thinking and feeling. We've got the impulsive decision-making style. So these people tend to not look before they leap. So there's very little thought or examination, and they are usually taking the first available alternative. Intuitive, this is like another way to say this is if you've ever made a decision, you just said, you know, it just feels right. I just feel it in my gut that this is the right thing to do. So it's automatic, it's pre-conscious choices, and it's based usually on maintaining some inner harmony. We've got compliant. Often I'll talk to students who are making a decision because it's what their dad wants them to do or what their mom wants them to do. So you kind of just go along with it. And there's kind of, you could argue that you might be doing that because you're trying to keep things, keep some inner and outer harmony going on too. Anything you say, non-assertive, obviously, letting someone else decide or following someone else's plans. You've got delaying. And that's when you're saying, well, I'll cross that bridge when I have to. Procrastination at its finest. That's what this is all about. I do this a lot. You might find that, before I have to dive into something for work, that's going to take a lot of concentration, focus, and maybe even some research. You'll find me, I don't know, cleaning the bathroom toilet instead because I am delaying. Procrastination, avoidance, hoping someone or something will happen to avoid making a decision, postponing thought and action. Fatalistic. Seeing a lot of that, especially right now in the current climate that we're in. It's all on the cards. What will be, letting the environment decide for you or leaving it up to fate. Agonizing. What if? So worrying that decisions will be the wrong one, getting lost in all the data, and overwhelmed by analyzing alternatives. Paralytic. This is when you just can't face up to it. You know that you're responsible for it, you're accepting responsibility, but you're unable to act on it because you just think about all the what ifs one step further, and then what if the worst thing possible could, happens due to it. So it's complete indecision and fear. Defaulting. I think a lot of us do this who are very pragmatic. We like to play it safe, maybe choosing the alternative with the lowest level risk, even if that means maybe it's not the best fit. This happens a lot, this last one, when I talk to students about deciding on a major, incidentally. Also, I want you to consider, and this is part of another prompt that I have for you in this week's discussion. Using a combination of styles for one decision, by the way, is not uncommon. So if some of those decisions that you made recently were on the bigger side and you feel like you used a combo of those decision-making styles, be sure to mention all of them, okay? And briefly describe why you chose them. Other factors that could be adversely affecting your decision making, especially when it comes to big decisions. So I want you to think about this. They're both external and internal factors that could be at play. And certainly this is not an exhaustive list. So you've got family expectations, family responsibilities. Sometimes, often, I know for a lot of people right now, that's just taking more time. I feel like I'm working like double, triple the amount of work I usually have because I'm at home trying to homeschool my daughter at the same time. Cultural stereotypes, gender stereotypes, survival needs. Again, this might be, factors that are leading you putting off making a decision or making different decisions. Internal factors could be lack of confidence, fear of change, fear of making the wrong decision. That's human to feel this way. Fear of failure, all of these things are. Fear of ridicule, any other possible factors you can think of. Also, I wanted to mention that I finally upgraded your participation points based on whether or not you actually participated, contributed to discussions, and did them on time over the last couple of assignments. And so you'll see either 2 or 5 points missing. If you missed the last 2, then there'll be 5 points missing from participation. If you missed just one of the last 2 discussions, then I rounded down on that, so you just be missing 2 points. So I want that to be kind of like a heads up that I have to start grading on that. I can't just let this slide on too much. But I'm still being extremely flexible and light on the grading. Please take a look at Aiden Starbird's last discussion post for his initial post. I'll write in here how to do that in just a minute. In the announcements area, I mean, because I think he did a good job of actually showing that he understood the difference between a hard skill and a soft skill. So it's really important that you understand the difference. I saw many of you kind of mixing them up quite a bit, which is it's fine. We didn't have a lot of time to digest that material. So please take a look at that, and I'll give you another opportunity to kind of test your understanding of that next week when we're reviewing for your midterm. All right, everybody. I hope everybody is staying safe and well, and let me know if you have questions as usual.